Welcome to my very first video on this channel. So I'll be starting out with a classic pink dip powder with a twist. I'll be adding different shapes of pink glitter for an ombre look and then topping with a sheer pink coat to give it a more subtle but still festive look. So let's get right into it. If you have any questions about anything I'm doing, just leave a comment down below and I'll answer you. I started off by prepping my natural nails. For that, I used this Sally Hansen cuticle remover, which makes them less hard so you can push them back a little bit, and I use the flat edge of this tool to push them back when they're soft. I also use a nail file for the edges and a little clipper to clean up any hangnails and such. Today I'll be using a dip powder kit by the brand ASP. It comes with 2 powders, pink and white, and bottles for each of the 3 steps, plus a brush cleaning solution. I start by priming with this nail primer. This dehydrates the nail and removes any debris so the powder can stick better and won't lift. Next, I'll start with the first layer of powder. I'm using the powder color Rose Petal Pink, and the powder sticks to the nail just by using this sticky solution. So this is the bottle labeled number 2 in the ASP dip powder kit. For the first layer, we want to paint only on about half or 3/4 of the nail. Push your nail into the powder at a 45-degree angle and then shake the powder a bit so you don't get any clumps and you cover the whole surface. You'll want to be pretty quick when you paint on the sticky layer and bring it into the powder as quick as you can because it hardens very fast. Then you'll want to wait a little bit before brushing off the excess. Usually wait at least 30 seconds just to be safe. And then using a brush that isn't too thick, just brush off that excess powder before moving on to the next layer. Now I'm brushing on the sticky layer again, and this time covering most of the nail. And then I dip my nail into the powder once again. I let my nail sit in the powder for about 10 seconds so that the glue can absorb some of that powder before you take it out. For each of these dip layers, you want to make them very thin and then build up gradually. It's really easy with powder to make it too thick, but we really don't want that. Then you just repeat for as many layers as you want. Usually I do 3 thin layers, but sometimes I'll do a 4th layer if the previous layers didn't turn out well. Once I'm done with the 3rd or 4th layer, then I'll top it with the same sticky layer to seal that powder in. So that's what the first nail looks like with all the powder on it. I'll go ahead and do the rest of the nails now. Oh no, that's when I spilled the powder. But of course, if you spill any powder, you can always dump it back in since it is kind of pricey and I don't like to waste any. Feel free to skip ahead to the next step if you want to, or you can just hang out and watch me do the rest of the nails. I actually find it really relaxing just watching people paint their nails, so I don't mind seeing the whole process personally. The thing with dip powder is that your first time will be absolutely terrible. It really takes 3 or so times of doing it and just watching tutorials before you really get the hang of it and learn all the tricks. So if you tried it before and it turned out terrible, you just have to keep it up and you will get the hang of it, I promise. Alright, so here are all the nails with all of the powder layers done. And after I'm done with all of the powder layers, then I put on the top layer, which is this bottle labeled number 3. This activator coat hardens the powder and seals in the color. Once that layer is completely dry, it's time to file the nails so they're nice and smooth. Dip powders usually leave a bumpy surface, but to make them nice and glossy, we first have to smooth out the bumps from that powder. I'll do that off camera to save time. And here are the nails after they're filed. After filing the nails, you would generally use a glossy top coat and you could be done, but if you want to add anything additional, this is the time to do it. So I'll be adding a decorative glitter layer. This is the glitter I'll be using. I just got this from Michael's craft store, but you can get it from anywhere. I'll pour a little bit onto the paper towel here. For the glue to get the glitter to stick, you can really use anything you want. I'm using this Gel-less top coat. It's not actually gel polish, that's just the brand name. And this one I like because it doesn't dry super fast, so that will give me enough time to place the glitter pieces where I want. I also like this top coat because it's a little bit thicker than the other top coats, so it's great for building on top of glitter. Now while the glossy layer is wet, I use this Anastasia Beverly Hills tweezer to pick up the thicker glitter pieces first. This tweezer is great because the edges are really sharp, so it's easier to pick tiny things up with. And I'm clustering the glitter towards the bottom to make sort of an ombre sort of look. Next, I'm moving on to the smaller glitter pieces, and these pieces are a little too small for the tweezers to pick up, so I'm just using my finger and dropping it towards the bottom where the other glitter is. I'll add the same glossy top coat so that the glitter's secure and covered and doesn't scratch me. And you can do a few layers of this if you want, but I ended up just doing one layer. And again, I'll add the same glitter layer to the rest of the nails. Then I like to use a small fluffy brush to sweep away the excess glitter on the sides of the nail. Then you can really stop there if you want and just add a glossy top coat so that the glitter doesn't scratch you or anything. But once all of the nails had glitter on them, I found that the glitter was just a little bit too loud for my taste, so I wanted it to be a little more subtle. So I took this sheer pink Sally Hansen color called Shall We Dance, and I painted a super thin layer on top of each nail. This made the glitter just all match a little bit better, gave it a smoother, milky sort of finish that I really like. Then to finish it off, I added some cuticle oil around the edges. The label on this particular bottle is really worn off, so I'm not even sure what the brand is, but it really doesn't matter what kind you get at all. You can use a cuticle oil pen if you prefer, but just put this around the entire nail bed to moisturize and just restore your nail to health. It also really helps to stimulate nail growth. And that's it. I really liked how these nails turned out for my first video. Let me know how you found this channel by commenting down below. I'd love to hear. I have a really fun and festive idea for my next video, so be on the lookout for that one. Thanks so much for watching.